early, so they'll have some early laning items, and Trick's actually down the bottom side, but he's going to get spotted. Good ward.
No buffs on him. They're pushed in pretty hard. They also don't have heal on Zven, so they gotta back up.
Condi's got red here as well. In fact, he's also got flash. He might look to take one down. First blood is on the horizon. Condi flashes for it, and there it is.
And we were again at an international tournament where G2 jungling going on. You cannot race for level 2 in this scenario because Graves can always show up if they let you push.
Yeah, and the thing is now, with the hawk shot flying up towards Trick, I don't think he has time to clear this red buff. You can see Condi skipping all the way towards him as they fight in the bot lane.
Mystic low as well, but they're going to turn it back in onto MIthy. Ban autoing out. And again, more potions being chugged.
So much easier to kill these Voidlings right now, though. They're getting butchered patch and patch and patch.
Yes, might. No, doesn't get it. Condi.
Oh, he smoked 2 health early. Right there. So close for Trick to get that steal. And now his counter jungling is for naught. That was
Slash might look to take one down. First blood is on the horizon. Condi flashes for it. And there it is.
And we were again at an international tournament where G2 have a plan, a late game idea.
So they gotta back up.
Condi's got red here as well. In fact, he's also got flash. Might look to take one down. First blood is on the horizon. Condi flashes for it. And there it is.
And we were again at an international tournament where G2 have a plan, a late game idea of what they want to do, but things go horribly wrong in the early game, and they have shown in the past that they do not adapt well to losing these turrets early game at international tournaments.
He's got sums, isn't going to have to use them. It takes a boatload of damage from the 3 members of Water Lane. That turret is low. That actually might die. Where's the wave? It's not quite there in time.
MIthy essentially just tanked for the turret, right?
I want to make a 4-man roam bot with the Shen. The Nunu, LeBlanc uses the push, and it's honestly just a 5-man party in the bot lane.
That is the hope, and that's also what can hopefully for them keep Team WE at bay. But this very much looks like the type of WE composition we saw in Game 1 versus Flash Wolves, not the more passive everyone range composition we got to see against TSM. So WE trying to, if they win, the only route is through him right now. And he has to pull them from behind. So not the ideal way to play, but he has been performing. And if there is a guy that you want to be able to pull you back, it would be Zven on Cog.
Yeah, he might just evolve into OG Deals and single-handedly carry the game.
That guy was pretty good.
Good flash from Perkz. Misses the arrow there from Mystic. And a nice little angle. Doesn't quite clip expect either.
Good enough. That's the only case where I can advocate flashing in the wall is okay. By Perkz.
They're jump on a rope, pulls expect back in, but Ken doesn't look particularly bothered by this. Tiamat up for the Kled, and Chainvest Balmy Cinder, so almost up with the Sunfire Cape, but FF7 not taking over the game just yet.
I'm quite perplexed here by the very early QSS by Perkz in the Cassidy matchup. I feel like he's
like, Mystic is up in the top lane because they're trying to keep Zven away from farm, but that will let this Ocean Drake most likely go over.
Well, they'll take it if they can get it. Looks like WE not in the vicinity, so that will be over to Trick. That is one thing we haven't seen Nunu in a while, don't forget. Pretty good at taking down big monsters.
This is something WE do a lot, though. Put their AD carry in a side lane, and then they lose the rest of the...
First Drake went down, so there's nothing to do there for about 5 minutes or so. I mean, if G2 are looking for a lull in the game, it's actually a very good time for them to just farm up.
Yeah, exactly, because you look at the ward control, and Team WE actually doesn't have very strong ward control into the territory of G2, and that's kind of where they need it. WE has taken down both side lane turrets.
But they're compensated so well around diving, they may just have to be careful for the Shen, though. That is one thing WE will have to be careful for.
Actually, side lane action they're going to go with here. Perkz in trouble, 1v3. Does have his QSS, so we'll see if it saves him.
The QSS.
He's Trick to help him out. Silence is down, and there's Trick, absolute zero, just to zone them out of the way. Everyone protects him, and Perkz is okay.
Yeah, but they lose top lane. So this is 1-3-1 being executed by WE here, and so much pressure from 957. He's going to start chunking that turret.
Yeah, that's a lot of overall pressure lost, especially because Mystic is single-handedly holding 2 people in that mid lane. So 957 able to get a lot of hits on them.
Yep, does back out though. Looks like maybe spotted MIthy moving through the jungle, or just has an awareness that they've backed off. They're probably up here about now, kind of using some of that internal time. Oh, a free CS for Zven.
Almost. As the G2 bot lane is basing and basically leaving mid exposed, he moves to mid, clears the wave out, goes back, and they're just stalling over.
Xiye level 11, pretty strong right now with the Rod of Ages ticking up, but they're going to have to go back. Probably an item to buy, plus some wards to refill. Mobility boots actually there for the Malzahar, so maybe that will get it a bit more active. I mean, I feel like I haven't seen a single Malzahar all game, and when you've got a Cog freely farming a lane, feels like WE have the tools but just aren't quite using them yet.
Yeah, and to be fair, even though G2 does have this protect the Cog composition, the way they've done the rest of their draft is with 1-3-1 split pushers. So Shen not easy for Kled to get the push on, and same with LeBlanc, especially one that has a QSS at this stage in the game. So that is one of their tools for trying to stall this out.
It's not as simple as just making one play.